So what I want to do briefly right now is show you the same process, but for a different outcome in the same study, just to show you this can be done for more than just the zeros and ones that we used a moment ago. Another outcome we looked at in this particular study was the number of days the case took. How many days went by between when the person first called HLab to ask for help and when their case ended. And so what you see in this histogram is the number of days between intake and end for those offered HLab representation and for those not offered HLab representation. And we could go through the same process again. So here are the histograms for those offered HLab representation and those not offered HLab representation. And we could go through the same process that we did before, considering a subset of the data, the number of days between the interview and the end of the case. And we could say, okay, well, there's two values here, 46 and 43. There's three values here, numbers of days, 42, 91, 15. And if we wanted to, we could write down all the possible ways for these 5 people to be allocated into one group versus the other, make an assumption that which group they're in has nothing to do with the number of days, and calculate the difference in means just as we were doing before. I won't do that explicitly on the board, but I will show you what we actually got. So this is the reference distribution for that difference in means in terms of the length of the case, how long did a case actually take. And what you can see is that this red line represents the difference in length of case that we actually saw. It was right around 11. And here, the probability that you would see a difference in means greater than or equal to 11 if the truth is that the length of the case had nothing to do with whether HLab offered assistance. That probability is 0.043. So what do we conclude? So the question is, do we find something surprising if it would happen only 4% of the time?